Today we're looking at a story that's got a lot of Australians shaking their heads. The Bureau of Meteorology has revealed that its new website, the one many of us have been struggling to navigate, hasn't just run over budget, it's blown out to an eye-watering $96.5 million. And what makes this even more frustrating is that the public was originally told it was a modest $4 million redesign. Now it turns out that this $4 million figure was, I quoted, a miscommunication, as that figure was for the redesign only, not the actual completion and launch of the website. That's the spin, and you, the taxpayer, are expected to swallow it. Let's get into it. The Bureau of Meteorology's flawed and expensive redesigned website will come under renewed scrutiny, with the Federal Environment Minister asking the agency's new boss to closely examine how it all went so wrong and report back to him. Now I'll just note, new boss. This guy's been in the job for a couple of weeks. Isn't that convenient that all this comes to light as the old management has finished up, moved on, retired, living the dream, leaving no accountability for those truly responsible? It comes amid revelations that the new website cost more than $96 million to design, a far cry from the $4 million figure it originally claimed had been spent. The National Weather Agency was flooded with complaints by the public after the website was launched a month ago. Users found it difficult to navigate and also criticised the changes to the radar map, which made place names hard to read. Farmers were scathing as they were unable to locate rainfall data. The federal government was forced to intervene, ordering the agency to fix the website. The site has since reverted to the old version of the radar map, and other tweaks have been made to the site, with further changes to be rolled out. In a statement provided to the ABC, the BoM admitted the total cost of the website is approximately $96.5 million. So after spending all that and almost 10 years to get it done, it's not working and they're reverting to the old default functions. That's fantastic. It said the cost breakdown included $4.1 million for the redesign, $79.8 million for the website build, and the site's launch and security testing cost $12.6 million. A complete rebuild was necessary to ensure the website meets modern security, usability, and accessibility requirements for the millions of Australians who rely on it every day, a spokesperson said. The spokesperson also said it had continued to listen to and analyse community feedback since the launch of the new website on October 22nd. Just 9 days after the launch, it changed the radar map back to what it had previously been. This option was already available on the new site, but not as the default setting when visiting the page. On the 7th of November, we implemented changes to help the community find important fire behaviour index information. Future changes were also in the pipeline in response to community feedback, according to the spokesperson. But some updates had been paused due to severe tropical cyclone Fina in northern Australia. Now, I thought this was just too good not to include. I just googled Tropical Cyclone Fina to see what's going on, and after clicking the top listed video by the BoM, was sent to their website where the page is not found. Anyway, back to the article. Environment Minister Murray Watt said he had met twice in the past week with the new CEO Stuart Mitchin to reiterate his concerns about the bungled process and the cost. He has asked Mr Mitchin to report back to him on the issue. I don't think it's a secret that I haven't been happy with the way the BoM has handled the transition to the new website, he told reporters on Sunday. I met with him on his first day and during the week just gone, to outline again that I think the BoM hasn't met public expectations, both in terms of the performance of the website and the cost of the website. Hear, hear. But I've also asked him to get on top of how he got to this position, with this cost, with the problems. He's only been in the job for a week, but I think my expectations have been made very clear. However, the minister stopped short of describing the website as a sheer waste of money, saying he would wait to hear back from Mr Mitchin before commenting. Before leaping to judgment, I want to see what the new CEO of the BoM has been able to establish as to the reasons for those cost increases, and I'll make my judgment at that point in time. Now, I went and listened to Mr Mitchin speak on the ABC radio recently, where he outlined that the $4 million cost was, I quote, a miscommunication, implying it was always going to cost more. Now, is it going to cost this much more? Who knows? Credit to the hosts who pressed him on this, where his response was redirected towards the need for increased security on the website. Anyway, another Labor disaster. Nationals leader David Littleproud said there should be consequences after the revelations about the true cost of the website. It is unbelievable a private consultancy was paid $78 million to redesign the website, Mr Littleproud said. But then security and system testing meant that the Australian taxpayers actually paid $96 million for what was nothing more than another Labor disaster. Now, he's making a point not to highlight its original approval was granted by the Liberal Party. The new platform did not allow people to enter GPS coordinates for their specific property locations, restricting searches to towns or postcodes. Families and farmers could not access vital localised data such as river heights and rainfall information, and this missing data created panic and fear across communities. But now the fact that the BoM has been hiding the true cost of its white elephant and initially lying about the total figure is deeply concerning, considering that the BoM should be all about trust. Wouldn't that be great? Government programs that are transparent, honest and accountable. Now, I thought this was worth a read. Sunrise host Nat Barr loses at over $96 million government blowout. Barr was furious, blasting the staggering figure live on Sunrise on Monday morning. It sounds funny until you realise it's our money, actual taxpayer money, while people are counting every penny at Coles, Barr said. Can we get some kind of refund? Barr asked the Albanese government's Social Services Minister, Tanya Plibersek, whether the cost could be justified. If someone wants to spend more than the GDP of a small island nation on the rebuild of a website, does that need to go to the minister for approval, or can they just sign the cheque? Now, that is indeed an accurate statement, as Tuvalu's total GDP is around 100 million Australian dollars. Wild. Plibersek said the Bureau was now under new leadership. It's really important that we do look at the detail and look at the value for money and functionality. The most important thing is that it works for people when there's an extreme weather event coming. We know with climate change, these are more frequent and more extreme and less predictable than ever. Barr said Australians were furious about the spending amid rising living costs. People are in a cost of living crisis. People are counting every penny at Coles, and then they see that their tax dollars are going to this. It's so frustrating. And that's absolutely spot on. Coles prices are up over 40% on average over the past 5 years. Energy bills are up another 25% just since September 2024. Property prices are pumping and absolutely no end in sight for higher and higher prices of everything. Plibersek went on to blame the previous government, so it's a nice little knock, but all I see is total failure of all our public representatives, and it's just simply not good enough. But what are your thoughts? Do you think the public should get a full, detailed breakdown of how every dollar was spent? Or are you satisfied with what's already been revealed? Do you trust the BoM more, less, or the same after hearing about this cost blowout? Do you think a government website should ever cost $96 million? Or is this completely unacceptable? If you're liking the content, hit that like and subscribe button and we'll be back with more soon.